Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Confidence Project. I'm your host, Kim Ray. Now, if you've ever wondered what actually motivates women to want physical intimacy with you, or you simply want to improve the connection and closeness in your relationship, then you're going to want to stick around for this one. Because today, I'm breaking down the 4 major reasons why women choose to be intimate, and trust me, it's a lot deeper than most people think. We'll also touch on how these motivations change with age, and most importantly, why understanding this can completely transform your relationships. And just to be clear, this isn't just opinion. What I'm sharing is based on real research from a study that explored how women's motivations for intimacy change across different stages of life. So let's get into it. First, here are the 4 core motivations: physical, emotional, relational, social, and goal-oriented. Sounds simple, but each one has layers most men never consider. Let's start with the first: physical motivation. This is the obvious one. Yes, women seek intimacy because it feels good. There's pleasure, attraction, chemistry, all the things you'd expect. But it's not just about that. There's also curiosity, the desire to explore, to experience something new, and of course, genuine attraction plays a huge role. If she's drawn to you physically, that alone can spark desire. So yes, physical motivation matters, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. Second, emotional motivation. This is where things start to shift. For many women, intimacy isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. It's about feeling close, feeling connected, feeling valued. In fact, sometimes the desire for intimacy comes because she wants to feel more emotionally connected to you, not the other way around. So if that emotional bond is missing, physical intimacy often fades too. Third, relational motivation. This one surprises a lot of people. Sometimes intimacy is tied to the health of the relationship itself. It can be about strengthening the bond, maintaining closeness, or even resolving tension. For some women, physical connection is a way of nurturing the relationship. It's part of how they give and receive love, especially if physical touch is important to them. And this is where compatibility matters. If one partner values physical closeness highly and the other doesn't, that gap can create frustration over time. Fourth, social and goal-oriented motivation. This is the one most people don't expect. Sometimes intimacy is influenced by external factors, like social expectations, desire for validation, or even long-term goals like building a family. There can also be moments where someone seeks connection because it boosts confidence, makes them feel desired, or helps avoid tension in the relationship. It's not always about passion. Sometimes it's about context. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. These motivations actually change with age. For younger women, roughly late teens to late 20s, there's often more curiosity, exploration, and influence from attraction and social factors. As women move into their 30s and 40s, things tend to shift. Emotional connection, relationship quality, and personal fulfillment become more important drivers. And later in life, while overall desire may change, intimacy often becomes more about companionship, closeness, and meaningful connection rather than just physical experience. So why does all of this matter? Because when you understand what actually drives intimacy, you stop guessing. Instead of thinking it's just about attraction, or looks, or timing, you start realizing that connection, communication, and emotional awareness play a massive role. It also improves how you communicate. When you understand that intimacy can be emotional, relational, and even situational, it becomes easier to talk about it openly. And here's the truth. Couples who talk about intimacy tend to have better, more consistent connection overall. And finally, it helps you build stronger relationships. Because instead of focusing on just one aspect, you start addressing the full picture. You create emotional safety. You build trust. You understand each other's needs. And that's what leads to deeper connection. Not just physically, but overall. So if there's one takeaway from today, it's this. Intimacy isn't driven by just one thing. It's a mix of physical attraction, emotional connection, relationship dynamics, and life context. Understand that, and everything changes. Thank you guys for being here, for tuning in, and for diving into this topic with me. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who might need it. And if you've got thoughts or questions, drop them below. I'll see you in the next episode.